welcome to another video, y'all. This story right here is called Tranny and Visitation. This one called, I'll say it, Lord, I want to call it something else. Tranny and Visitation. Okay, so this one it's just like about the last video. The last video was about Q, so this video is also about Q. So I'm gonna say about 4 months after the event of him kissing me, y'all. Yes, you're gonna have to go watch the video to get the 411. Look, he kissed me on the bed and he got punched in the mouth. Okay, but anyway, he lived to tell the story. All right, but anyway, this name of this storyline is called Tranny and Visitation. Okay, if you haven't already, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment that, drop me a heart in the comments, and definitely subscribe. My name is Barbie Dior. If you're new here, I'm so happy you click play. Let's get into it. Okay, Tranny and Visitation. And I do want to give y'all an update of our subscriptions, how many people, because you know, after we meet our goal is 1,000 subscribers. So after we meet our goal of 1,000 subscribers, we will do a week long of videos. Okay, back to back, a marathon. Okay, back to back, Monday through Friday, we will drop story time. So once we meet that milestone, the second milestone goal is 4,000 watch hours. I'm gonna place right here, this is how many watch hours we got. So once we hit that milestone, we will do another week of a marathon. Okay, so and then once the channel is marathon, once the channel what I'm about to say, once the channel is monetized, y'all, mean I get that letter in that mail and whatever, that's another milestone that we went. And I'm thinking about, to celebrate that, I'm thinking about doing 2 weeks. I'm not gonna tell y'all that, but I'm really thinking about doing 2 weeks back to back of non-stop videos of story time after story time after story time, just dropping those videos non-stop. I think that's how I want to celebrate. And of course, I'm gonna pop a bottle with you. We're gonna do a whole video that's gonna be so neat. This helps celebrate. I'm definitely gonna do a live. So it's gonna be a lot going on. But anyway, thank y'all so much. Again, this is the subscribe. I'm gonna put it up here to the top. This is our current subscriber, and this is our public watch hour. The goal is 1,000 for the subscribers. The goal for the public watch hours is 4,000. So I know that my besties, whenever y'all come click play on one video, make sure you go out and watch a whole video. Watch it till it say thanks for watching. Okay, watch it till it go black or to another video. Okay, because baby, that's how we get that's how, if you watch a video and you stop watching it, it kind of hurts the channel. Okay, because it tells the algorithm, hey, this ain't good. This ain't good. So watch the video, play it all the way out. If you got to play it at work, play it low so it can just go all the way to the thing. If you ain't doing nothing, just hit play. When you get up in the morning, just hit play. Let me let a couple of her videos play through. Okay, anyway, for all my babies that support me, my besties, I call y'all my babies, and all my besties that support me, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Y'all are showing out. Them numbers is going up, and I'm so happy, okay, that y'all decided to be part of the best of crew. Let's get into it. Now, this story time is not gonna be one of those long story time, but let's get into it. Okay, so at this particular time, I've probably been in the prison still 4 years. I've been there, a couple more months had passed, so 4 years and a half. Okay, and so there's this thing where inmates can write people. Okay, now I forget what it's called, but they can write. It's J something, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, they can write people. So strangers write inmates, and they build relationships with them. They come see them, they put stuff on their books, and people, that's how they, I don't know, people want to write inmates, so they write inmates. And so a lot of inmates meet their future wives and future girlfriends from these people that want to write inmates. Okay, they start writing each other, they fall in love, and then boom, when they leave, they go with this person. Okay, it happens all the time. Okay, so Q was just talking about how he was lonely, and I walked up on the conversation. I'm doing around, and I ain't trying to be in their business, but they talking loud enough so everybody can hear him. And he talking to this other inmate. Now we gonna call this other inmate, we gonna call him C-Dog. Okay, so C-Dog and Q is at the table. They playing cards. They in the game. They smacking the table down. They playing spades. They doing everything. Yeah, I got you. And all that. And woo slapping the table. Yeah, I got your ass. I don't know what they doing, honey, 'cause I don't play spades. I don't know how to play. Yes, I'm one of the black people that don't know how to play spades. Okay, I'll watch you play, but I don't know how to play. Okay, crucify me not. Anyway, somebody teach me. But anyway, so I know they gonna be like, Barbie, you don't know how to play no spell. Uno me though. I whoop your tail. Yes, I will. Anyway, so the young man, they talking. He was like, yeah, I met this bad little thing. She came and saw me last week. Man, you need to get up there. You need to, this the information. Man, I met this bad little thing, man. I'm gonna marry that girl. She from Alabama. She done moved down here. She done got a job. She coming to see me. She put stuff on my book. She holding me down. I love her. Woo, woo. And he going on. He was like, dang, I'm lonely, man. I because Q, he was from Alabama. Not Alabama. I done made up a thing. Alaska, okay? And the real reason why I remember that, because I remember him saying he was from Alaska. He was telling somebody, and I had never met a black person from Alaska, but I'm pretty sure black people is everywhere. But I said, wow, so, I had walked by and heard him talk about it one day. So I asked him, I said, is it cold down here? I'm the coldest it could be and stuff like that. But he was telling me about Alaska a little bit. And I'm like, okay, sometimes you can learn things from the inmates. You ain't sitting there talking to them for 4 hours, but I just said something. They be listening to our conversation. I be listening to theirs. I be like, oh, okay. And he'll tell me like, yeah, I like Alaska because there ain't too many people. It's enough people to, have a relationship with somebody. But he said, it's a small community and stuff like that. But he like Alaska, the part he lived in anyway. And then he was like, when he came down here because he met a girl and he got in so much trouble. He said he need to go back in Alaska because he didn't get in no trouble, okay? He stayed busy and he had a job and he didn't steal nothing because he went to prison, or he was in prison for larceny, meaning he kept on stealing stuff, y'all. He had a problem. He had a sticky fingers problem. He went somewhere and picked stuff up that didn't belong to him, okay? Now, he had stole to so many stores that had landed him a felony, and baby, he was doing time, okay? Now, by the time I met him, he had done most of his time, so he had maybe like a year and a half left by the time I met him. So anyway, the young man was like, yeah, because he had a girlfriend and he had got one of them Dear John letters, and you're not sure what a Dear John letter is. A letter where they write you and say, look, I ain't gonna be able to do this time with you. I done left. Me and your cousin got something going on, or I love you very much, but look, you got so much time. Anyway, the young man ended up getting 3 years. I think 3 years, okay, for what he got. I think he got more, but it got knocked down to 3 years, okay? But either way, don't quote me. Either way, by the time I met him, he only had a year and a half left, okay? He had been in there. So the young man, he was talking to the C-Dog, and C-Dog, he was like, yeah, man, put me on, woo, woo, I'ma try it. So let's say, give or take, 6 weeks go by, he meet a girl, okay? He meet a girl. They writing each other back. Every time we come in there, do the mail call, where we passing out mail, he waiting for his little envelope, waiting for the envelope, and he getting mail steady. He go in that room, read it, and this girl is writing thick notes. I'm talking about, it's thick. The envelope is fat, when you hand it to him. He can't wait. He giggling like a schoolgirl, running back in his room, flipping through on that bed, just flipping through. Then he got his pills, and he asking people, read over this, man. He asked C-Dog, read over this. Do I sound slow, man? Man, make sure it's right, man, because I know you write good, man. I want to sound cool, man. I want to make sure I'm smooth, you know what I'm saying? I want to sound stupid or slow. But because Q, he had told me before that, you know what I'm saying, he went to school all the way to 11th grade. He didn't pass, so I ain't gonna say that he was slow. He just didn't finish school. So it was a lot of things, and he would say he would always get in fights. So he was in and out of school, and he didn't know everything, like how to talk proper grammar. Everything he taught is slang, and he was like, this girl is just sophisticated. He didn't want to talk slang to her, so he wanted to talk proper. Okay, so he wanted C-Dog, and C-Dog, even though his nickname was C-Dog, he was very educated. You could just talk to him, and you could tell he had went to Harvard, y'all, okay? He had done a white collar crime, okay? He had did some fraud with some, his company. He had broken into his company system or whatever, and he was sending money to him that didn't belong to him, okay? So he was in there, and I'm thinking like, ain't that a federal crime? Why he in here? I don't know. He told me he had did some other things, so he had to do this time first, and then he was gonna go over there. I said, okay, C-Dog. So all right, and I try to stay out their business, but every now and then you will walk up on a conversation and you be like, do you mind if and they could be like, hell no, mind your business, and that's what I had to do. But for the most part, they didn't mind sharing. So C-Dog helped them, and he formed this relationship, and they moved from writing and stuff, and then I noticed he was on the phone. Yeah, yeah, because he never got phone calls before. He never, I never seen him on the phone cupcaking, but he was cupcaking. When I call cupcaking when you on the phone, like, yeah, yeah, I can't wait to see you. Yeah, me and you against the world. Fuck everybody else. It's just gonna be me and you. Yeah, You gonna wear red when you come see me? Just cupcaking, boo wooing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyway, and he just telling her everything. He was like, yeah, I like those pictures you sent me. I really like you in that red. You look real good. Woo, woo, woo. And he just going on and on and on and on and on and on, talking to this girl. And so I'm just like, girl, if you only know what you get, because baby, this a fool. Okay, this is a fool, honey, baby. But one thing about it, he said, I'ma steal. He was saying corny stuff on the phone, like, I'ma steal your heart just like these charges. I'm like, boo. Like, I would go by one of them officers, they be on the phone and stuff like that. I would try to mind my business, but if I heard something, boo, Baker, go ahead, man, go ahead. And you can hear her on the phone. You can hear her because she was talking like, who is that? That was some Baker, girl. You remember I told you about Baker? Why is you talking to me? Why you talking about me? Oh, Baker, then one of your kids. The one of your kids. It was like, oh, hey, Baker. Like, no. And I kept on walking, did my round, went on out. So it came time where he would tell everybody, yeah, I got a bad one, boy. I got a bad one. I'm bad. He's showing everybody her pictures and everything. He even showed me the picture. And I'm like, sir, I don't care. You know, whole time I do care a little bit because, you know, I was invested a little bit. So whole time he was like, look, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna mind my business. I kept doing my round. I went out. 2 seconds, I looked, kept on going like I didn't care. Whole time thinking, that's a dude. That jawbone is a little bit too short to be a fuck, but that's a dude. And so I go around doing rounds, and we do the count for the last count of the day. You know what I'm saying? I go around, I knock on the room, I go do. Hey, yo, Q, let me talk to you for a second. I'm like, Q, come to the window. I'm trying to whisper. Come on to the window. I don't think that is a girl. If you cool with that, that's your business. I'm gonna stay out of it. I don't think that. He said, why you say that? Because she got makeup on. I said, them features kind of look a little sharp, you know. Now, if you into that's your business. You grown, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to talk loud because there's other people in the bar and they got ears just like me and they listening. He told me, no, man, I don't think it is. He said, Becky, you think? I said, I'm going to mind my business, but I kind of think, you know, look a little sharp. You know, the jaw's kind of sharp. This sticking out like yours. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I said, it's a lot of training going on, it's a lot of training going on. So, you know, next time you have a conversation, just ask, like, hey, I ain't gonna be mad. Hey, by the way, you a tranny? Okay. And then you move accordingly. And he was like, appreciate Baker. And then walked away. He went, got on the bed, started writing. I went, counted, went home, came back, off 2 days, came back. He said, I got a visitation. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I couldn't answer. I thought about, you know, asking her. He was like, because I'm going to be so mad because I really like her. And I'm like, okay, well, that ain't none of my business. You know, I'm trying to stay out of it, but trying to stay in it at the same time. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be messy, but I mean, you know, share this information. I'm like, okay, well, you know, you got the visitation. So I'm up in the front. I go in the front, you know, when they come in or whatever. They told me I had to do VI. So when I went up to the front, I don't went up to the front. I don't know why I went up to the front, but I had to go to the front because for them to go to VI or visitation, you had to walk them to the front. But I had went to the front for something else because somebody called me or something. They brought me something or something. One of the CEOs brought me something. So I had to go to the front and get it before I went to visitation because it ain't no telling. Visitation lasts depending on 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. So you're going to be up there for a minute. So, and sometimes we will drop them off and sometimes we'll stay up there for the most part, we'll drop them off. And I went up there to get what my coworker brought me because she brought me like some food or something or whatever. Most of my coworkers, we stayed buying each other stuff. So anyway, I went and got this. So when I'm up there, they like, such and such, come to see such and such. So we gonna name her Ashley. Okay, so they was like, Ashley came to see Q, and see Q was well known around the prison. You know what I'm saying? He was a fool. He was a very committed inmate. He made a lot of people laugh. You know, every time they see you, like I said, you came in his presence. He just was something funny about him. He just had funny, like he was kind of remind you of DC Young Fly. So they found out, the girls in the front found out that Ashley's real name was Andrew. Okay. So I feel like it would be messy for me to go and tell him that. I felt like he just need to find out for himself. Okay. But he up there talking big boy stuff. Yeah, my wife coming to see me. We finna get married. I'm finna talk to her, decide which date. He done made her a paper ring and everything. He was like, I'm about to finna go propose to her. The next time she come to visit, she about to be Mrs. Huggins or whatever. She finna be my all and everything. You know, he talking big boy stuff. And I'm thinking like, okay. Ain't my business for real. But I feel like I should tell him, but it ain't my business. So I'm like, okay. So we walking there. He was like, Becky, you went to the front. You seen her. Becky, you went to the front and seen her. I said, Q, what you talking about? He's like, Becky, you know what I'm talking about. I told you, man. I told you. He told me, nah. He said, man, y'all might already get ready then. Y'all might well get ready then. It's about to be a cold 4. And a cold 4 is when there's be a fight. I said, Q, just go out there and talk to him. Don't talk to her to see what's going on. He told me, man, ain't no way. You hating, baby. You hating. I'm like, okay. So he goes to the front. Now, they done check the IDs. When you come in there to do whatever, you have to go by what's on your social security card. So Ashley was checked in as Andrew Murphy. We're going to say Andrew Murphy, okay? So, what you want me to do? So I told him he didn't, okay. All right. No, it's a girl. It's a girl. Look, it's been revealed. It's a girl. So he get up there. They hug each other. Okay? They hug each other. Nice, long hug, okay? Q is dark-skinned. He's about 6'1". The tranny is about 5'11", okay? And I say tranny because this is what she called herself when I met her by accident. I went to the front, and when I went to the front to get my stuff from the gatehouse, you know, when I went to the front, she said, yes, I love your lip gloss. And I'm like, okay, thank you. She was like, you know, we trans. She said, we trans, we love to make our lips pop. And I'm like, okay. This is what she referred to herself as. So people that watch this, if you're in the training community or you're in the LBGQT, I hope I got all the letters right, because don't crucify me, okay? Either way, honey, I ain't good with no letters. Even when I was pregnant, I'm about to go have a baby. You know, they take you to the YMBO gym or whatever. My mama say you ain't never gonna get them letters right. So please don't come for me, okay? Don't be like, oh, she trying to be funny. No, I'm not, baby. I'm not trying to be funny, baby. Calm down, because y'all be getting angry. Ain't y'all supposed to be happy people? Anyway. The young lady man, okay, said, yes, I love that lip gloss. And I'm like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, I don't, you know, I got this from the hair store. She's like, okay, I'm gonna have to go check it out, okay? And I'm like, okay. So I left. And so I went, got him, walked to the front, they hug. So I'm in a booth. There's a booth by Visitation. And it's so funny to me, y'all, because instead of going back, I went up in that booth, because I was like, yep, but this man would stay down here, because if he going there, going tussle, I would stay down here and see what's going to happen. Woo-hoo. So anyway, they down there and they talking. They look like they're in deep discussion or whatever. And Andrew or Ashley started crying and stuff like that. So if in Visitation they get too emotional, too much going on, they will remove you and you have to come back next time. So I'm paying attention. The lady that's monitoring the VI is kind of walking around. She had brought some tissue and everything like that, and he kind of put his hand up like he ready to go. So I walk him back to the unit, you know. When I walk him back to the unit, I'm quiet, because you know what I'm saying, this ain't funny. Like, this man really thought. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I really need to turn my notification off when I'm recording, y'all. Let me turn this truck on, because baby, I'm melting. But anyway, it said something about, came across the screen, somebody tried to do it, and it looked like it said Applebee's. I'm like, in Greenville, we didn't got no Applebee's. So they tried it, but it was Apple, y'all. Apple always trying to rob me. The Applebee getting y'all. Applebee trying to take their $2.50, $2.99, $10.50. And I'm like, what is all these charges for? Baby, I'm about to go back to Andrew, because y'all, you be taking stuff. You ain't asked me. You ain't gave me no permission slip to sign. I don't like that. But anyway, So the young man, he was real quiet, but he just walking. I ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. So he finally broke the silence. And, you know, it's about a 10-minute walk from the front of the building all the way to where we had to go to on a unit. He was like, Baker, man, I had to break it off. I said, you had to break it off? I said, what happened? He told me something, man. I went in there and I was trying to talk to her. She still sound the same on the phone, like she sound on the phone. She's good people, whatever. But he was like, man, I ain't with that, man. I really want a woman. And this whole time we've been talking for almost a couple of months now. You could have just told me, hey, yo, I'm a tranny, you know, and stuff like that. I would have been your friend, but I can't be your lover. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of hurt my feeling. He was like, please don't go to the unit and tell the boys, man. I said, what you gonna go tell them? You done told everybody your wife, you getting married and all this stuff. You the one hyped it up for real. He was like, Baker, please don't tell them. I'm like, I'm not gonna tell them nothing, but you know I'm not the only one. And it was a one girl that was up there. I knew she was gonna tell because he always used to give her a hard time, honey. He used to always talk about her shoe being busted, her head tore up, she never got her hair done, called her broke, ugly, black, fat, everything he could call her. They always was get into it, right? She was up there. I said, so you ain't got to worry about me. You know I got you. I ain't finna say nothing. Because to me, I feel like that's bad. You thinking one thing and I feel like that play on your mental health. Like, even though I told you ahead of time, I really feel like he really felt like when you in prison, you get lonely, baby. You want somebody to talk to. And you know what I'm saying? He thought that he had one thing or something. I felt bad for the boy. You know what I'm saying? But that girl that was up there, we can call her Officer Cookie. Officer Cookie did not give a dag. You hear me? Oh, as soon as she was relieved from her duty, she came to our units, grinning and smiling, telling everybody in the pod, hey, yo, Q, man, why you break up with your tranny, yo? Hey, yo, Q, why you break up with your tranny, yo? She out there crying right now. We had to get her 2 parts of tissue. You knew what you were talking to. When she walked through the door, you knew there was a tranny. She almost tall as you. You 6'1", this man standing close to your face. And then she going off. Yeah. You always talk about, I mess with a bad bitch. You don't mess with a bitch, period. Like, just going off. Officer Cookie is give to him raw. Oh, he mad. He go in his room, slam the door. Boom. He was like, bitches, get on my nerves. Get on my nerves. He is upset. He going there. I'm like, Cookie, come on out of the pie, man. Leave the man alone. He done got his heart broke. He just got his heart broke recently. Now his heart broke again. Don't do that. So she came out, whatever. And so, you know, the next day or whatever, I came with her. He was like, Beck, I appreciate you not telling my business, man. But shit, the shit out now. And so the boys, they clown him. Told him, so Lord have mercy. You need to ask them straight up, hey, you the man or you a girl or the, like, who are you talking to? So eventually he waited a couple months, but he started talking to this other girl, but she was a girl. He started talking to a white girl, and he ended up actually being with her, like actually being with her and all this stuff. He found the love he was looking for, okay? Because, you know, before I left, you know, she was regularly coming to the visitation, but oh my God, they picked on that man until he found that white girl, okay? Till he found that white girl, they picked on him so bad. Thomas, we knew you was a little, We knew, Q. We knew you were a little. Okay? He was like, man, go ahead, man. Ain't nobody with that gay shit. Ain't nobody with that gay fuck shit. And he had to fight for his life every day. Every day they killed him. And I kind of felt bad for him, but he ended up finding love. Okay? Love after lockup. He ended up finding love after lockup, you know. I don't know if they still together, but they were together, you know. Hey, they were together. They had marriage plans. He would tell, because he wanted to tell all of this business. Like, yeah, Baker, you need to come through the lunch line and be like, yeah, Baker, me and Shorty, we gonna get married. We already set the date. We gonna get married when I get out. The day after I get out of prison, I already got my release date. We done planning everything. She got my suit already. And, honey, he was happy, and I was happy for him. He was one less inmate that I had to worry about. Get out my face, sir, and try to run no game and all that, because he was occupied. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord for Haley. Thank you. Anyway, I thank you so much for clicking play. That is the end of this story time. I'm so happy that you click play, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure y'all check those descriptions, and make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. Drop me a heart. I said, we're doing so good. Drop me a heart if you don't know what to do, and I'll see you on the next video. And make sure y'all follow me on all my socials. Check the description out and visit my store. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye, besties.